We know that one of the top reasons why people split or get into some arguments is because they're having arguments or disagreements about money, right? We have Elliot Dole joining us this morning with Buckingham Strategic Wealth, and he's going to give us some advice on how to navigate through all of that. Good morning to you, Elliot.
Good morning.
So first off, what is the biggest mistake that you all see when it comes to couples in handling those finances?
One of the root causes of financial and familial conflict can be just a lack of communication about financial matters.
Okay. Why do you think people may be hesitant to speak about the finances, how they want to handle situations and planning for the future?
Yeah, so what you see is a variety of reasons for it. And there are a lot of trusted advisors out there that families already work with, be it a financial advisor, an accountant, or a lawyer, who are really there to help facilitate those conversations with couples in a way that can put them at ease and at least begin to open the lines of communication.
Okay, so what are some simple things? Let's say we have a husband and wife watching right now, and they're like, things are crazy. We got inflation going on. We got a kid ready to head off to college. What are some basic things that people can start off doing to get the conversation going?
Yeah, those kinds of transitions, a kid going off to college, retirement, eventually, family members passing away. Those types of transitions are really good starting points for a conversation to switch from thinking about things purely in the chronological life order, which can cause problems every single time, to moving to thinking about the end, planning with the end in mind. So that can be a starting point, is to really think about those transitions that are upcoming and what folks would have to do if they're looking back at those endpoints to be successful along the way.
What are some of the biggest mistakes that you see? I've heard of something a while ago called financial infidelity. Maybe people having secrets about the money or what they're doing with the money. What are some of the mistakes that you see with couples?
Yeah, and some of those mistakes can be somewhat benign, and just be spilled milk, right? And some of them can be really catastrophic. In particular, in this environment, you've got inflation, you've got labor problems, particularly for people who might be self-employed. You can see a lot of issues in the near term where people might get behind with the IRS, for example, in terms of having withholding from their paycheck or from paying in estimated payments. And that's not a happy place to be. But I think that, these events of our times now with inflation and with all the uncertainty in the world, that these conversations that people can have with each other as couples or even with their advisors to help them facilitate those kinds of discussions is really key.
Elliot, you all offer some assistance with this, maybe. Where can people call, or a website people can visit to just get some more information and some tips from you all?
Yeah, at Buckingham Strategic Wealth, we work with families and just help to facilitate their financial well-being.
All right, thank you, Elliot, so much for joining us with those great tips. If you guys would like to hear this information again or watch this interview again, just visit our website, fox2now.com. Tossing it back to you guys in the studio.